What's up guys, Joe here. Today we're going to be fixing the screen on this LG Aristo 5. It's also the same screen as the K30, so if you have a K30, this video will apply to you. Let's get started. To start this repair, I'm going to remove the SIM card tray. I'll grab my plastic guitar pick right where the SIM card tray went. I'll slide it underneath the aluminum or the silver frame and the black screen frame and begin separating the back of the phone from the front of the phone. With those two separated, I can reveal the mid frame, the battery, and all the Phillips screws that hold this phone together. With my Phillips screwdriver, I'll remove the 14 Phillips screws that hold the mid frame. Now with my tweezers, I can go around. There's these little crevices all around the mid frame, and those are places where I can put something underneath and pry the mid frame free. With the mid frame loose, I can use my plastic spudger and disconnect the battery. After removing the camera, I'll disconnect the LCD from the board, and then I'll remove the motherboard. It's not always necessary to remove the motherboard. I just like to keep in good habit of doing that. That way I don't have to worry about messing anything on the board up, whether I'm using heat or prying or having to cut a screen away. I don't have to worry about doing any damage to the board because it won't be there. Normally I'd also apply alcohol and remove the battery, but this phone doesn't have a whole lot of adhesive holding the screen down, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. If you want to remove the battery just to be safe, you can get some alcohol, run it around the edges of the housing of the battery, let it sit there for a minute, and that alcohol will absorb the adhesive so that it's not sticky anymore. And then you can use a flat pry tool and reach under there and pop it up. With the board removed, I'll slide my knife between the plastic bezel and the glass of the screen, and I'll just cut that adhesive away. I'm usually pretty good at cutting myself also, so I'm going to try not to do that. I'm going to work my way all the way around the screen. With the adhesive cut free from the screen, I can peel the screen up. Mine came up in multiple pieces, that's okay. As you can see, just that small lip around the screen is where the adhesive is. There's not much adhesive at all on this screen. I was able to keep my earpiece grill intact on the frame. A lot of times that'll come up with the screen. If it does come up with the screen, I would just have to remove it from the screen and place it here, as my new screen is not going to come with that. With my screen removed, I'll go around with my scraper tool and remove all the old adhesive from the old screen and get everything cleaned up and ready for the new screen. With all the old adhesive gone, I'll take an old toothbrush and clean it up and get any dust or anything that could lift up the screen and not get a good connection with the adhesive. With that complete, I'll take my new screen. Before I adhere anything down, I'm going to put the new screen in. Get my LCD connection right there. I'll put my board back in place. I'll go ahead and plug in the LCD. I'll plug in my battery. I'll push down on the little nub for the power button, and I'm going to test my new screen and make sure it works properly. This is key if you're going to do your own repairs. Most companies will not exchange a faulty screen if you've already installed it, especially if you break it. So make sure you always test your screens before you install them completely and make sure everything is working properly. To turn this on, you have to put pressure on the board right where the battery connects and hold down the power button. There's a tension connection there. All right, my screen is on. Wait for it to power on completely. Touch function is working, so we are good to go. Now that I know my screen works, I'll put my plastic film back on. Oh man, that's dirty now. The reason I do that is to keep from scratching it while I'm working on it. With the plastic film back on, I'm going to disconnect my battery once again. I'm going to disconnect my LCD from the motherboard. I'm going to remove my motherboard once again. With the motherboard removed, I'm going to remove my screen and my frame. And then I'm going to take my Tessa tape. I have links in the description for all the tools that I'm using and all the tape and everything like that. I'll set my new screen aside. I'll begin on one side of the earpiece speaker. You don't want to cover that up, so I'm going to leave a little bit of space where the adhesive should be, so that way the adhesive doesn't protrude out into the camera space and the camera will still work properly. I'm going to wrap my Tessa tape around the corner. I'm using 1mm Tessa tape right here, the black kind, not the red kind. If you've seen a lot of my other videos, I use the red kind. This black kind is actually significantly stronger, and I recommend it over all the other tapes. But I'm going to take this tape and I'm going to run it around the entire frame, so that way when I put my screen back down, this will hold it in place. All right, as you can see now, I have my Tessa tape all the way around the screen. With my tweezers, I'll pull up the wax paper to reveal the back side of the tape. Underneath the circuit board of the screen, I'll remove the wax paper there. I don't like to stick these down on the screen because you can misalign it. What I like to do is run the cable through the frame and then just kind of let the screen rest down onto that piece the way it wants to. That way I know, each phone's going to be just slightly different when they're made. With that laid down, I will slide my screen into the plastic bezel. Use a piece of foam to protect the screen so I don't scratch it. All right, with the screen adhered in place, now I can place my motherboard back into the frame. With the motherboard in, I'll go ahead and connect the LCD ribbon cable. I'll go ahead and connect the battery ribbon cable to the board, and then I will replace my front camera and connect it to the board as well. I can reinstall my mid-frame on the phone. Screw back in my 14 Phillips head screws. After a day and a half, we have all the screws screwed back in. Now I can replace the back frame of my phone. It just clips into place, so I'll just slide my fingers around and push the snaps in. I can reinstall my SIM card tray, and we'll power this puppy on. Now we have a functioning, non-cracked LG Aristo 5. All right, guys, we did it. This screen is good to go. This phone is like new. Everything's working great. Another good repair. Thank you for watching today, guys. Please like and subscribe down below. Comment if you have any questions or if there's any type of phone you'd like to see me repair. I'll leave links down below of all the tools and everything you'll need to do this repair. Let me know how it goes, guys. See you in the next one.